Okay, today we are gonna talk about functions in R. I will try to explain when functions are useful, when it is useful to use functions. This is something true for all programming languages, even if I will explain it just in R, and how to implement them in R. And in order to do this, I will start as usual from a practical task that is computing net profit product sales. Let's say that I have a product. I'm selling it with a certain price, and I'm able to sell a certain number of sales. So I got a general gain that is given by the product between the selling price and the number of sales, but they have also to compute the cost. So I'm multiplying by the number of sales by the buying price, so how much I paid that product, and then I get the profit before VAT that is given by the difference of these two, and then I have to remove to subtract from this quantity the VAT paid that is given by this equation, and so this difference is giving to me the net profit. As you can see, this is a small algorithm. There are some operations to perform, but it is important to notice that the input parameters for this computation are four. So the selling price, the number of sales, the buying price, and the percentage of VAT. The other quantities are computed starting from these four. It is something to keep in mind when explaining the function. So let's say I have to do this for a product. Let's start from a general script that we already know. So I have to define a price. Let's keep in mind this equation and move it. So I have to define the product price. Let's say selling price. Let's assume, let's say, I don't know, $5.67. Then a number of sales, let's say, I don't know, 156. I'm just randomly choosing some values. Then the buying price, which can be, for example, 3 and 45, and then the VAT percentage, let's say, I don't know, 20%, something like that. Now I can apply the equations I've shown you before. So the total got is given by the selling price multiplied by the number of sales. I have to compute also the cost that is given by the product between the buying price and the number of sales. So then this is the cost, so I will get the before VAT profit that is given by the difference between these two, so the total got minus the cost, and then I have to remove from it the VAT that is paid by the client. So I have to compute first the paid VAT that is given by the VAT percentage. Sorry, the VAT percentage multiplied by this profit divided by 100, and then in the end I have the net profit that is given by the profit before VAT minus then I can get the what I want. Let's just insert here the instruction removing all the variable before. Okay, so now I have the script that is complete, and I can source it, and as you can see I have here all the defined variable and the net profit. Okay, that is 277.0.56. Okay, so now sorry, check if it work again. Okay, we got it. Let's see net profit here. Okay. Okay, so now let's say now that I want it for another product. I should, using the knowledge that I have up to now, I have to copy and paste the same code here and just changing here the price and the sales. So let's say I sales in this case 200. Let's say that the cost is this and the VAT percentage is always the same. So now what I can do is selling price of the second product, number of sales of the second product, buying price of the second product, and VAT percentage of the second product. So what I have to do here is to correct with two of these, which is very boring, and I have a great risk of making mistakes at this stage. So that's what I have to do. So now and sales dot two and all the other stuff. I'm not going to replace all of this, but I just put here net profit 2, and now by sourcing it I should have the net profit of the first product and the net profit of the second product, which are different. As you can see, if I have to do this for 100 product, it can be very boring and with a great risk of making a mistake. So the functions are useful to use in this situation, and I'm showing you how to do. This is a code that I'm going to call to execute repeatedly during my program if I have to do it for more than one product. So what I do is, let's say, as I remember, there are 4 parameters that are given, that are these 4, and the way to define a function is giving a name to the function, let's say compute net product, and what I need here is define that this is a function, and I have to give the 4 parameters required for the function, which are the selling price, okay, the number of sales, the buying price, and the VAT percentage. And in order to define a function, I have to write all the code here and between the brackets. Okay, so now this is a part of the code that can be called in this way. So rather than writing here the code, what I'm going to do is to call the function giving the 4 parameters that is required. So selling price 5.67. Now the R should help me, and is, let's see if I got an help, probably not yet, maybe if I save it. Anyway, I have to give all these required variable, and sales is 156, buying price 3.45, and VAT percent is 20. Okay, so now what's the program is doing? I can delete all this stuff because I don't need it. What the program is doing now is I can remove also this one. I don't need it because they are defined here. Here there is a missing comma. Okay, so now what the program is doing is running. So let me just put also the removing variable instruction. So now if I source a program, as you can see I have not variable here. The program is defining just a variable which is a function type of variable and is calling this block of code giving the value that I define here. So selling price, number of sales, buying price, and what percentage. Of course, I have no idea of what has been done here. I have not an outcome, but I can print the net profit to check if it is correct or not. Okay, source. Now, as you can see, I have the net profit. And if I want to do it for another product, I have to call this 2x rather than writing again the code by changing this parameter. So let's say, as I said before, 67, let's say 200, and here 4. Okay, and now I will get two net profits. Okay, which are, as I said, different. Rather than printing the profit, what I can do is, but in a function, returning the value that I want to return and put it to a variable. So what the program is doing is net profit 1, net profit 2, with the two different things, two different value. Okay. Now, if I run the program, I don't have any print, but I have the two variables here that are the output of the function, so the value that has been returned by the function, stored in two different variables in the environment I'm using. So that's the general idea of the function. As you can see, all the variables that are used to perform the computation are not exposed to the general space. So we have to think about the function as a black box in which there is a computation, and what we can see of this computation are just the variable that we have decided to return. Okay, that's the general idea of the function, and we will go in the next ones more details.